The hour has come. So, and gone. Now you're rushing things. I've been rushing all day. Let me see what we'll do next. Okay, on a serious note, I'd like to ask our mayor if he would lead us in prayer, and then we'll do Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's bow. Heavenly Father, we thank you again for all the blessings of your love. We thank you for showering down over our city, our utility commission, showering your blessings. We ask that you be with those who are in mourning as we speak. Ask that you would be with those who have since lost during the course of the week. Be with us throughout this meeting. Bless this staff who has come to give a report on what the status of our people, and just be with us. We ask that we pray your blessings upon our chair and vice chair and everybody that have to make decisions that sometimes are not tasteful to others, but are right. Be with us through this meeting is our prayer. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, do we have any visitors other than our recorder and our reporter from the newspaper?
Esteemed reporter.
Esteemed reporter, let me make that correction. Our esteemed reporter. Excuse me, let me handle this right now. I'm sorry to turn it back on and then have to turn it back off. I apologize. Okay. If we have no visitors, then I'm going to ask that our board would approve the minutes of the last meeting. And you have had them before you. You've had time to review them. Any corrections? Any questions? If not, I'll call for motion.
I so move if there are no corrections.
Okay. Is there a motion? I mean a second to the motion?
Second.
All right. And that's for both the work session and the regular meeting, okay? We have a motion on before us that we would approve the minutes from the work session and for the regular meeting. If there are no questions, I call for the vote. All those in favor, let it be known by a show of hands. It's unanimously approved, okay? That's for January 3rd work session and January 9th meeting. At this time, we're going to call on our team to give us their monthly reports, starting with our Director of Financial Services, Kathy Johnson.
Good evening. One of the biggest things this month was beginning the first cycle in February. We started with our new rate structure. It's the first time the customers actually saw it on their bill. So I met with ECG the end of January. They came in and kind of audited how we had it set up, did some testing and made sure everything was working correctly. And then I spent the past week with the auditors doing their field work.
Okay. Do we have any questions for our Financial Director, Kathy Johnson?
What's ECG?
Electric Cities of Georgia. Any questions? All right. Thank you so much, Kathy. And our Customer Service Manager, Sue Roach.
How are y'all?
Hey.
Martha said I got to smile and be happy, so we'll be happy. Just hit a couple of the high spots that things that we did as a team. The whole utility commission attended an active shooter training class, which I thought was pretty interesting, and we learned a lot of good tips from that, things that you wouldn't think of. So we hope that would never happen, but just in case, we're a little bit smarter in that area. I don't know if any of y'all have been over, I think Dolly has, and I know Bob has been over to the Utility Commission building. I don't know if y'all have noticed our new addition there, the little coloring table.
Yeah.
And the kids have
Love
really
it.
taken, yes ma'am. I didn't know if I did a good thing or a bad thing. The first little customer that came in and sat down and was coloring with, I went out there to snap a picture, and later I looked back out there and the mother had her under her arm carrying her out sideways screaming. So I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing.
The
But,
baby probably didn't want to leave.
no, she didn't. She was enjoying that. We've got the color crayons and little sheets to color. We've got some little activity blocks and stuff like that. But we've also created a gift basket, and we're going to have a coloring contest. And we've got like a lot of art supplies and everything. A really nice little gift basket that we're going to have a drawing, and we're going to give away on March 10th, I believe.
Nice. All right. Happy customers.
So
Okay.
far,
So far, good. Okay. All right. Any questions for our customer service department?
No complaints since the new structure has been put in place.
No.
Wonderful.
You talking about the rate structure?
Right.
No more than, no, not about the rate structure, just the ones that, just, you know, usuals. But nothing to do with the rate structure itself, no ma'am. I have more, a few complaining about the credit card fee. I don't know if y'all have gotten any calls about that, but it's very minimal. It's only $3.50, so.
I think we've only had 2 of those, right?
2 complaints.
Yeah.
Oh, they really got, I think, kind of slightly irritated, but we've had some others make comments, you know, but I think they'll be fine.
I think it's a good rate.
I think so too.
Other places,
I
but
think so too.
I try to use
It's
the
very reasonable compared to most places.
electronic
If you do
card.
it without the customer service having to do it for you, there's not.
No, they can still go online and bring it in the lobby with no fee, but if we take it over the phone, there's a $3.50 fee.
Okay. Any questions for our customer service department? All right, thank you. Director of Operations, Luna. Angie Luna.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Couple of things that I've been focusing on in the last month is really teaming up with our key accounts manager, Martha McAfee. We've done a few things to further our relationship and with our economic development partners. We made a presentation at Kiwanis regarding our new outlook and what we're doing to improve economic development in our area. We've also attended a key accounts meeting at Electric Cities of Georgia to get a better idea of the state of economic development in Georgia and what we can do to continue growing our area. And we, one of the really interesting things that we did is we went to an industry needs assessment that was held by Middle Georgia Regional Commission to discuss some of the issues that plague us when we're trying to find employees in hard to fill positions.
Any questions for Angie Luna? All right, thank you. Electric Department, Jason Johnson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Couple of things the electric department's been working on is, right now we have to set our contractors in town, trimming our easements for us online, so in case you do start receiving any calls about the trees or anything, but that's very, it's Trees Unlimited. And our contractor is vetted through ECG. So, the other main issue we've had is our guys went down and helped out Thomasville and Albany. We received a call from East Lake. We went down for 6 days. Guys come back with some knowledge on how to deal with some disasters, you know, what to be looking for, how to be ready. Also some information on dealing with FEMA. And the guys have been on several storms. They've been on ice storms and hurricanes and tornadoes. And they say that's absolutely the most destruction they've ever seen from anything. It's really bad. But by the time they left on Saturday, there was only a few poles left and a few customers out. That was even anything that the storm was.
I think we need to applaud our electric
Yeah.
department. We were very proud to hear that that was happening without asking. And that's,
GMA had reached out on behalf of Mayor Dorothy Hubbard, asking for help, and of course I forwarded that to everybody I could, because Craig sent back the information that we had sent people down, and I forwarded that email to her. I guess she would have known that they had come, but but still, they are still seeking some help in the, not necessarily technical help, but some things with items needed and that kind of thing. They're still reaching out to people, so. If we,
Well, on that note, then I would like to make a comment that we at Fort Valley State University are going to be traveling to Albany this weekend. And if there is anyone who would like to donate items, toiletries or clothing, water, we would be pleased to take it with us.
I have,
We'll leave on Saturday morning.
I have two
February
councilmen
18th.
who responded that they have some items. I'll just tell them to get them to you
All
tomorrow.
right.
then.
Yes,
That's
I'll
the
give you
case.
my phone number.
Okay,
and where
that's
to
good.
get it.
That's good.
You're still gonna win, right?
What?
No,
You're
there won't be.
gonna win the Albany State game, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
of
is
course,
that this weekend too?
win. That's
Is that this weekend too? I don't know if y'all think it is weekend. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, we will win the Albany game. We will still support Albany in this time. Okay, that's the kind of community we are. All right?
We'll be a man.
We'll beat them and support them at the same time. We'll beat them at basketball and support them with their personal needs at the same time. We don't mind winning the game. Any questions for Jason Johnson?
I have one.
Okay.
Jason, do we have this conversation once a year at least, I guess, but do we have any ongoing program about streetlights that y'all are familiar with? About, I know mine, between me and my neighbor is a good example. That light comes on at dark every night, it stays on about 30 seconds, it cuts off for about 5 minutes, and then it comes on, and y'all have absolutely no way of knowing that.
No
You're never
way,
gonna
man.
know it until somebody reports it, so.
That, we,
uh,
I want to say in October, we did a ride through at night. Actually, I came in the mornings for a couple hours and raided the whole system. We can set up something to do that every, 90 days, 6 months.
There are others, but I can't think of them right now, and if y'all don't mind, I'll report them to you. I don't.
No, not at all, because the one on Antoine's, we have a problem with it, I noticed it too.
There's a couple on Low Street also that does that in and out, and we reported it, but by the time somebody come through there, it's burning then.
Yeah.
We have eaten across the street at the Railroad Cafe and stand out there and see it go in and out that way.
We,
Some people think that's normal, and it isn't.
It's not, no,
it's
So
not.
it is important for citizens and any of us who notice one of those on-off things to let the utility.
if you noticed a while back, there were several on Camilla, South Camilla, North Camilla, right there. And we found we had some issues with the fuses on those. Evidently, when they installed them, there was some.
right next to First Baptist Church, between the Historic Preservation House and the church parking lot. I guess it's, I don't know whether it's the church's light or the street light, but I was invited to one of their meetings and I went there and there was a lady that parked right up in there. And it's too dark for somebody, even my age, especially her age, to be stuck back up in their park and that light, there's no light there.
On Central Avenue?
I don't know whether it's in the alley or it's between the Historic Preservation House and the covered area that you go to the First Baptist Church.
It's Miller Street.
It's Mill Street. And it's dark in there. There's a light there, but it's not burning. So I don't know whether it
The
belongs to
church's lights are on timer. They don't come on every night. But if we know that there is something, they come on timer. And I don't know about the street light situation. I don't know whether there's one there that's out or, I'm sorry, I don't know that.
I don't. But I know it's
All
dark there.
the church's lights are rather short and on black iron poles,
Mhm.
but, so I don't know.
I understood years ago, and this just what I understood to be so, was that the police officers would help report their streetlights that were out in the evening. If they were doing patrols, they could.
Right.
But I don't know how that would work now.
You might wanna reach back out to, Chief Burton again then, and let them know the ones that's on the night shift, to make sure that they, have a little pad and jotting them down. If they would.
That's all.
And I would think we would not consider it a nuisance if anyone should notice
Right.
that the street lights are out, just give us a call.
Right, just report it to customer service, they'll do the work orders and the guys will
Okay.
take care of it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Information Technology Department and Telecommunications. Zach Cow.
Good evening. I'd like to echo what Sue said about the active shooter training. It was a good amount of training. Well, it was a good training. And afterwards, we had several discussions with people in the Utility Commission. And we've got a building security committee, and we'll bring those things to the building security committee, and there's several things that we can do to help make our utilities safer. And I think it was a good training to go through. For telecom, we've had a surge in calling for internet and for increasing the speed of their connections. So we've been busy responding to them and putting in new connections. So I've been pleased with that. Any other questions?
Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Okay,
I
go
have
ahead.
one. What is the cost, monthly cost
Uh,
of the connection?
If it's fiber optic, our base rate is 5 megabytes for $125. And that's a little high, but we're a small utility, so we buy a small amount of bandwidth, and we pay more than like Cox Communication or even CompSouth that are buying multiple gigabytes of data all at once. For wireless, because it's a little easier to deliver, for that same rate, we're charging about $55 a month. But then we don't have wireless everywhere yet. We're working on that.
Are we still putting,
It's in certain neighborhoods that show enough interest because we have to run fiber to it and then stand up several antennas so we can get good coverage.
And we're planning to have an in-depth discussion about IT and telecom during the retreat. So you'll hear a little bit more from us then.
all right. No questions for Zach? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Water Department?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I did skip natural gas. Connie Tucker, please come. Thank y'all for your help.
Good evening.
Good evening.
First, the gas department, from the January, we ran one new service that we installed. And also, we've been working on repairing the leaks from the leak survey that we've been working on. It continues to work on those leaks that we have. And that's it. That's basically repairing leaks. And paid meter sets also. We work on paid meter sets with atmosphere corrosion part of the meter.
Any questions for Connie? Okay. Thank you. Keith Spillers, Water Department, Reclamation Department.
Good afternoon. Good evening. On the water department side, we had the round tank at the McLean water plant was rehabbed. It was down about 2 weeks. Went back online on February 1st. We had a 6-inch main leak from Fleetwood Drive we repaired. And we also, while the water plant was downtown, we went ahead and cleaned out the other reservoirs that wasn't being worked on. That was pretty much on the water side. Any questions for the water side? On the wastewater side, we pumped out 437,000 gallons of sewage out of a manhole over on Samuel Jones Street. We're in the process of starting to get that repaired. Possibly we'll start by the end of this week.
Okay.
That was part of that we talked about last month.
Okay.
As far as the plant stuff was normal. The biggest thing I had at the plant was 10.7 inches of rain last month. We had a good bit of rain into the plant.
All right. Any questions? All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And now, our General Manager,
Well,
Craig Williams.
it appears that Sue Roach, Kathy, and Zach have all stolen my thunder, so. I would like to add, though, that we have Gary Moncrief with us here tonight. If you would stand there for a second, Gary. Gary was just recently promoted to senior water foreman, so moving forward, you guys will see Gary here at the meetings, and he'll be reporting on behalf of the water department.
All right, let's Thank you.
Are you related to the Roberta Moncriefs?
If we are distant kins, I was, my ten folks were the ones around here that ran the junkyard and this area.
And I'm open to any questions that.
Do we have any questions for our General Manager? So I just want to thank you for working your team and keeping us apprised of what's happening.
I do appreciate. I do want to give a special thanks to Kathy. She's worked really hard the last week or so with the auditors, and she hadn't been feeling well, and just glad she hadn't pulled her hair out. But she's done an outstanding job of getting us where we need to be.
I really want to take a privilege of the chair to thank this team. Everybody seems to be so comfortable and on top of what you're doing, and I think you need to know that we appreciate that so much. And we thank you, Craig, for your genuine leadership. Okay. Continuing with our agenda, we have no old business, but we do have a couple of items under new business, so we'll move right into that with the building expansion and renovations.
That's going to be the real estate matter we need to go into.
We need to go into executive session to discuss that. Okay? Then
Before you do that, I want to say it again. I said it in the last meeting, but we said it this month with the state dinner to the people from the electric department that helped to put up the Christmas lights and all of that. Mayor Stumble started that tradition of feeding them when everything was over. And if you see me losing a little weight, because I gave a steak to them. But we did do this. You missed a good one, steak dinner at that time, and they sat down in fellowship and enjoyed themselves. I didn't get a chance to stay to the whole dinner. I had to run and do something else, but we're trying to keep that tradition up, and we thank them again for their work in making the city look good. Thank you.
all right, and I've had several questions while we're on that matter. Someone mentioned to me, came to see me actually, to say how pretty Dollar General looks with the lights still on. And the question, and you don't have to answer it in this session, the question came about, well, can all the lights stay on around the edge of the building? And we won't answer that at this time. I'll just throw it out there. I'll put it right here. But they do look good, okay? And I'd also like to take a moment to thank all of you for your love and support during the passing of my mom. Just thank you so much. Every act of kindness, every visit, every card, every call, every sandwich, it meant so much to all of us, and especially me, and I thank you so much. We still miss her a lot. At this time, I call for a motion.
I move that we go into executive session to discuss property acquisition.
I second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that we will go into executive session. All those in favor, let it be known by show of hands. We will allow you to be excused.